Here in our Pro-Am feature, one of the drivers to watch for.
Definitely touched on the fun of running in the Pro-Am division. And, you know, this is a fun class to watch. Colorful and inexpensive.
Well, this is the class of racing where these are the guys who do it for the love of the sport. They put their own money into it, and they really, really love the sport of racing. Stacy Wilhelm in the 1F car, and Larry Robinson Jr. in the 3W along the front row. In row number 2, it'll be Jason Waite and Glenn Roby side by side. Row number 3 belongs to Dave Cook, our points champion, in the 25 car of Wayne Pike. Row number 4, Russell Hayden and the 1X car of Scott Waldron. Marvin Fuller in the 57 and Kurt Skillett in row 5. Row number 6, Kevin Olson in the 71K and the Z92 car of Tim Tilley. The 22X of Kevin Anderson and Dustin Girillo in the 31 in row number 7. Blake Dillon in the 62X. The 84 car belongs to Douglas Stevenson there in row 8. Row 9, Alan Schmidt in the 74 and Jerry Turek in the 77T. Row number 10, Jerry Benedict, the 60X, and George Haney in the 12X. 10 rows of Pro-Am racing. A lot of cars out in the field. A lot of action to be had here in our Pro-Am A feature. Let's go down to Kevin Kugler, who is in the pits with Johnny the Jet Sadoff, our Modified A feature winner.
Well, Johnny, congratulations, first of all, on your Modified A feature win. You and Larkins were battling it out the whole way. I tell you, he was sticking on that bottom, and I was going, man, that high side's got to work for me. I just kept working on him, and I finally got by, and I held her up front. Pretty messy race out there. A lot of people going out, a lot of yellow out there tonight. I tell you, with all these cars here and guys coming across the infield, there's so much loose particles rolling across the racetrack. I mean, it just makes it loose for the modifieds because they got such small tires. Now, Johnny, you were on when we were here last time. Tell the truth. You just won so you could get back on television. Oh, isn't that the truth? You bet. Johnny, congratulations. Johnny the Jet Sadoff, the winner of our Modified A feature. Bill, thank you.
Johnny Sadoff is one of the favorites here at the I-80 Speedway. You can see his familiar gold and yellow trailer parked here night after night, and he really is one of the most popular drivers in the state of Nebraska. Not just here at I-80, but these guys race at other tracks, down at Eagle, at Sunset Speedway. You've also got some great local tracks in central Nebraska, Hastings and places like that.
And some Columbus and Beatrice also have some nice racetracks. So nice racing all over the state. Doing some repairs over there in turn 3 and 4. We get underway right after that. I believe that's where one of the modifieds in the last race tagged the wall kind of hard. 10, that was Zidane when he hit the guardrail. So we'll be checking that action out.
Well, we also had some activity early on in the sprint cars up there. A lot of the incidents that we've seen tonight.
Nick Bellino got wound up there.
You're right. A lot of the activity that we have seen tonight on the track has happened between turns 3 and 4. Any particular reason for that?
I don't think so. It's just the banks are at the same degree, and either they're getting off the start in the back. That may be a reason. Just getting turned around. Really no difference.
We're in the pace laps of our Pro-Am A feature.
One thing to point out, it appears we do have a female driver on the pole starting the Pro-Am A feature, which is kind of interesting. Stacy Wilhelm, the 1F, if that's correct.
5 transfers moving up from the B feature. Doug Stevenson in the 84, Alan Schmidt, the 74, Jerry Turek, the 77T, Jerry Benedict in the 60X, and George Haney in the 12X.
20 cars starting the A feature Pro-Am.
And they've got the green flag. They're racing at I-80. It's the 1F car of Stacy Wilhelm. Moving into the lead out of turn number 2. Right behind her. Trying to get a number on that car. Wilhelm in the 1F. She's going high. That's the 23 car. Settling into second place.
Mike Roby in second place there. Scott Waldron moving into third. Jason Wade in fourth, and Dave Cook in fifth. Points leader. And then Larry Robinson Jr. settling into sixth.
And the 12X car settling in turn. We had an incident, but apparently it's back. No, right.
Here we go.
It's over there. We've got
Contact
an incident
in turn 4.
in turn 4, and the car sitting idle on the backstretch, so that will bring out the yellow flag. We had contact in turn number 4.
Car number 3 in turn 4 underway, just spun out there. Still green flag racing. Nobody apparently in trouble. May throw the yellow if car 12X doesn't get moving here shortly.
That's a precarious position
There
to
we
be
go.
on the track.
Nope, no yellow flag. Everybody's moving now. That's good.
That's the 12X car of George Haney.
Scott
He is
Walden
back
now
underway.
is moved into second place, taking the second place away from Mike Roby, who kind of looks like he wants that back.
Roby in the 32 car. Stacy Wilhelm in the 1F.
That might be Marvin Fuller in the 1F car. I think that's what that is. So if we apologize for that, if that's the case. Scott Waldron still in second place. Mike Roby. Nice battle for second place between Mike Roby and Scott Waldron. Roby taking the high side in car number 32. Larry Robinson Jr. now taking a peek on the inside of Scott Waldron. Larry Robinson Jr. in car number 57.
The 1X car of Scott Waldron, the guy that we talked to earlier. The yellow car moving into third place.
The 1F is Marvin Fuller.
And not Stacy
It was spin out in turn 4 right in front of the leaders. Also a spin out in turn 2. That looks to be Jason. No, that's not Jason Waite in turn 2. Jason Waite's coming down the front stretch now, so. You gotta like these Pro-Ams, Bill. There's action everywhere.
Well, the pace car is out.
Here's the replay going into turn 1. That looks.
That's the 76 car of Kurt Skillett.
There's some four-wheeling going on there, too.
Boy, there really is.
This is a really fun class. If you ever get a chance, I think we're going to have you out here next year for the celebrity race.
I would love to race.
These are the cars to be in. They are the most fun, Bill. I'm telling you. Kent Schmidt in car number 22. Schmitty.
Oh, Kent Schmitty in the 22 car. Got a lot of different lineup changes from what we were given at the start of the Pro-Am A feature, so we apologize for some of the mix-ups. Marvin Fuller in the 1F car is our leader.
Not only that, there's a lot of cars that actually have not even been here before tonight. So a lot of the other race tracks in the area that have no longer racing, and so the drivers come here, and I think they knew you were going to be here tonight, Bill. I really do.
The perils of live television. But the great thing is that we've got racing here on Nebraska ETV. We're glad that you're with us. We're happy to have the response that we did after our races back on July 11th. The state of Nebraska responded, and we're happy to be back here at I-80 to bring you some of the best racing action, not only in the state of Nebraska, but really some of the best racing action in the Midwest. This track has really grown in its reputation. Drivers want to come here and race. It's a big track. It's a good track, well-managed track. That's very important to drivers like this.
One of the largest tracks in the Midwest is, in its second year, brought the ARCA Supercar Series here to I80 Speedway. Also, of course, had the World of Outlaws, the UMP races, and so forth. So a lot of big names are coming to this racetrack, and it's just attracting more and more fans, which is really exciting.
That ARCA race was something really special because they do not race on dirt tracks very often. Those are cars, it's a step below the NASCAR races that you see every weekend on the major networks. Right. Those are guys that are trying to get rides in the NASCAR circuit. Those ARCA races are very important. They race at big tracks like Talladega and in Michigan, Daytona. And they came here to I80 Speedway. That gives you an idea of what kind of reputation this place is developing in the racing community.
They had pits set up right here on the front stretch and the back stretch, and we had pit action. They were talking full-bodied stock car races, windshields and pit stops and tire changing and fuel, and it was really exciting to be here.
And if I remember right, it was one of the coldest days of the summer, but this place was still packed.
It was, and it was really fortunate the weather. We were kind of like, it's been hurricane season this summer, and it must have been one here because it was raining in Omaha, raining in Lincoln, but a perfect day for racing here at I80 Speedway.